go from one risk-averse guy to another because nothing's safe as houses. That's not to say that David Blitzer doesn't have access to a hell of a lot of companies via his overall investment basket that can offer additional value in the world of things like tech, data science. One of the massive mistakes that Daniel Levy is guilty of is letting the company, the club, sleep on the merits of what Brighton have achieved with Star Lizard and Tony Bloom, and what Brentford have achieved with Matthew Blenheim and their version of Star Lizard. Remember, Blenheim and Bloom were mates, and they fell out and they went separate ways, and they set out their own competitive companies, and one bought Brighton, one bought Brentford. It's a really interesting little dynamic those two have got there. And we need our own version of it, because the obvious low-hanging fruit, we've got the great shiny house, we've got the great training ground. It's a brilliant looking effort in terms of what we can provide on paper. But you have to examine other clubs that have nothing like the resources that we do and see how competitive they have become despite the absence of those opportunities from the stadium. And you figure out, well, how is it that Bournemouth do the things that they're doing? How is it that Fulham do the things that they're doing? And it's through efficiencies, it's through better transfer strategies, it's through better nurturing, and it's through a better approach to how you view your player assets, whether they are here today, gone tomorrow, whether they are here forever, and you want to get as much juice as you can and only let them go if they force a move, or if they are on the decline or running out of time on their contracts. And all of that stuff, to me, is where you want to focus your anguish at Daniel Levy and his hiring and firing. I don't think he's responsible for the purchases of the players. I think he's responsible for the hiring of the people that recommend those purchases. And despite all of those guys coming in with good resumes, let's be honest, the processes of what haven't been good enough. The ability to move players on hasn't been good enough. The ability to waste money on our most expensive signings. Bugsy, shut up, mate. Our most expensive signings being, generally speaking, our most disappointing ones. And the lack of utilisation of that youth system, yet it might be coming to fruition now, but all of those things are massive areas for growth. And a lot of that becomes a lot easier if you get into the data science world and just follow the blueprint and the template that's been found by Brentford and Brighton.